Where the stories were sold before the iron pipe turned his future to gold. A raider walked in with a cruel heavy hand and cracked Bill's skull like a shell in the sand. 3 days in a coma, adrift in the black, but the man who woke up, well, he didn't come back. With a hole in his head and a leak in his brain, old Bill was a passenger on a different train. He stood from the bed with a wild vacant stare. One eye was leaf green, the other brown bear. He didn't say thanks and he didn't say hi. He just grabbed a Grognak comic with a twitch in his eye. He put on the costume from the display case rack, a moth-eaten loincloth and a fake fur back. Bad shit and broken, he let out a yell and ran from the town to his own private hell. Now he lives in the hills where the radiation glows. What's inside his head? Well, nobody knows. He doesn't want money and he doesn't want home. He thinks the wasteland is a Hyborian dome. He's Grognak the Barbarian, fierce and unchained, in a polyester suit that is swamp rotten stained. He's caked in the dust of the Abraxo white, a pale-faced demon in the middle of the night. Through the charred out pines, a blur of white powder and mismatched designs. He's a Bigfoot legend, he's a ghost on the prowl, identified only by his barbarian howl. They spot those two eyes, one green and one brown, watching the caravans heading to town. Is he looking for justice? Is he looking for beef? Nobody knows, but they all feel the grief. The sailors don't poke him, they don't try to chat. You don't talk to a man who's as crazy as that. But they leave out a tribute of purple-hued prize to keep the barbarian from ending their lives. A Tarberry Pie, bitter, glowing and tart, placed on a stump to keep the peace in his heart. He smears the purple juice on his chalk-covered chin, a terrifying mask of original sin. That's heavy and wrong, to the rhythm of a silent barbarian song. A rusted tire iron with a scrap metal blade, the meanest damn cleaver that was ever DIY made. He doesn't hunt raiders for a sense of the right, he just thinks they're cultists in a magical fight. He cleaves them in two with a Grognak roar, then disappears back to his world of the lore. The town keeps its gates locked and tied in the dark, listening to Bill leave his bloody red mark. He's the accidental hero that the people ignore, as long as he's stacking the bodies by the score. They know he's insane, they know he's a mess, but he's better than raiders they're forced to confess. A serial killer in a comic shop rag, keeping the perimeter in a Grognak snag. Grognak snag. So if you're out hiking and you hear a loud talking, you see a fake loincloth on a pale dusty back, don't call out his name and don't try to be kind. There's nothing left of Bill in that fractured up mind. Just leave him a pie where the tarberries grow and watch the barbarian start up his show. One eye of green and one eye of brown, the craziest bastard outside of the town.